20.7, 20.7. All right, so we're going to start off at that and see how the bevel is looking and if I think it would be reasonable to go any lower. But I mean, we have a lot to work with because mine is, my bevel is pretty huge on mine. So we should be able to get at least close to 17 without making the bevel larger than it is on my Socom Elite. So we're just gonna start off light pressure, pretty much no pressure actually. And see how the zip tie right here is working beautifully and stopping that stone from coming past the end of the edge. Then when we come up to this Tanto grind line right here, which separates the primary point from the Tanto point, you want to keep the stone flat against the edge. You don't want to allow it to roll over this point or else you are going to round the point. So you want to come out you want the stone to come just past this line, and that will bring you to the edge of the Tanto point. And it's going to be very important that throughout this process, you keep marking this area right here, and so you can see exactly where the stone is hitting and you know exactly where to stop. And when you come out past this point and you're still working on this side of the edge, because you're approaching this as if it's two separate edges. So as you come out past this and the stone has the ability to actually roll over, you want to keep the pressure of the stone to the inside towards the heel, and that's going to help prevent you from accidentally rolling over that tip and rounding it off. Okay, so I'm going to mark on both sides of this. A little bit sloppy, but that's okay. Okay, and I'm actually going to drop this down an angle. We're gonna go to 20 on the indicator on the KME and double check it, and I believe that'll put us right at 17, which will probably be the angle that we go with. Okay, well, good. It's still consistent from heel to tip, but we want to bump this up a degree. So we're going to go up to the 21 indicator, lock it down tight. $17.2. Okay, 17, 17. All right. 16, 8. 17, 1. Just pull it back towards me a hair. 17, 0. 17, 0. Okay, so that's where we want this to stay. I'm going to clean off the Sharpie right here and remark it a little bit neater so I can tell if this changes position or shifts in the clamp. Now to clean this off, all we're going to be using is a paper towel and some 91% alcohol and a little spray bottle. You guys, I hope you can see that on camera, how easily this is taking the Sharpie up. So don't worry about marking up your blade with Sharpie because that's all gonna come off. Double check this one last time before we mark it. Perfect. Hope you guys can see that on the indicator or the angle cube. Perfect. All right, guys, don't underestimate the importance of marking the clamp location. And if you need to take the knife out of the clamp for any reason, you can put it back in and set it at the exact same location. All right, so here's an example of the darker smudges that can be left over even after using alcohol. But at the very end, I'm gonna use a magic eraser and I'll get that little dark spots right on up, no problem. But you can prevent that if you're just a little bit more careful when you mark the edge. So it's up to you how you do it. I like to mark a little bit above where I intend to be reprofiling it at, because that will allow me to immediately see if I go too high, you know, higher than intended. So turn off my angle cube. Then to make sure you have it really tight in this clamp, you hold the blade or the handle of the knife and use that like a wrench as you hold the adjustment wing nut at the same time, and you use this like a wrench to really tighten it, and that will allow you to get a little bit more, and it gets the knife just that much more secure. This is not moving up and down really at all, and it does not want to go side to side very easily. So I don't foresee this. I don't think we're gonna have too many issues with this shifting around, but having the clamp position marked just ensures that you can keep it in the exact same position that you start off. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this side out too. Boom. I will show you close up that even though I'm going past this point, that I'm not sharpening anything on this side of this grind line. So we have a good bit of reprofiling to do. So I'm just gonna go at it, and yeah, we'll flip when we start getting close. Remember to use very light pressure. I'm using pretty much no pressure. I'm letting the diamonds do the cutting, and that is going to keep all this nice and precise also. All right, so we have it sharpened up at that point. Now we're going to start at the tip. Show you how we are looking so far. So I'm keeping both of those tips nice and pointy. We're getting there, slowly but surely. I'm gonna add a little bit more of this honing oil / stone cleaner. Spread that around with my finger. And this is gonna help these diamonds to keep cutting effectively. We are making great progress. This is all with the 100 grit KME Gold Series diamond plate, and I'm using no pressure. Okay guys, that's really close to being reprofiled all the way on this side. So now it is time to go ahead and flip her over. Gonna go ahead and add some more Gunny stone cleaner or honing oil. Spread around with your finger. Remark this edge real quick. And let's get to it. Hopefully this is a good view. All right. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mark this side again so you can see that I don't cross this point, the Tanto point. And just gonna mark the grind line for the Tanto point just like that so we can see easily exactly where we want that point. All right, so I do feel a burr across this side, the side that we start on. So I believe we have apexed it. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the 140 since we are pretty much 99% reprofiled, and the 140 grit is just going to help me refine my base profile, you know, my starting structure. That's what we're going to, you know, continue to build the edge off of throughout the rest of the entire sharpening progression.
To be continued.
Stay tuned for part 3.